Hi YouTube. Gosh, I look so red. We just came from Central Park. But this is well, first of all, we're gonna do like a mukbang ASMR soft spoken video here, and this is one of my favorite foods in life and in New York City. It's torta milanesa de pollo, which is a chicken battered, that's like chicken battered patty steak, and it's from a place right around the corner from us, which is one of my favorite places in New York. It's called Quesadilla Doña Mati 2, and they make such good tortas. Tortas are one of my favorite things. And I have salsa verde and salsa roja, and then I have these little crunchies, skeleton things. The Cheetos cinnamon sugar flavored bag of bones for Halloween. They're really good. Okay. So this is avocado, this is cheese, no serranos, beans, I like frijoles. Kind of like frijoles, but there's like little lumps more. And I'm gonna move the jalapeno because they're both in the same spot. I'm scared. And I think that's it. I really love their red salsa, but the green one's really good too. Let me open the salsas first. Green one's really good too, but their red one is freaking best salsa. The only thing that tops this salsa is or like not necessarily tops but competes with it, is my co-worker's mom's salsa, homemade salsa. Kind of like green. So freaking good. Some salsa verde there. Yeah, we had action-filled day today. I didn't bring my drink. We went to get Early's passport, and then we were like, well, let's just go to Central Park while we're nearby. So we went through like where the Met is, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and then we went to the Bethesda Fountain, and that's about it. And took the bus home. Riley's eating right now. So I want to make 3 different kinds of videos about giving birth and stuff. I want to make my birth experience video. I talked about it a lot on Instagram, but not everybody's on my Instagram. And then I want to make postpartum video, how I took postpartum, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, what I went through. Because I wish I would have seen more videos like that. And I'm sure there are videos like that, but like it's more personable when it comes from somebody you know or follow. And then I want to make a video of what was the third one? Oh, my breastfeeding journey, because that one has not been smooth. That's the one I've been struggling with most. But and that's why it's a mukbang. I'm doing okay. I think the biggest thing is Rolly is fed, mostly breast milk. Fed is best, and I'm being gracious with myself. Because the mom guilt is real. Reddit's been really helpful. I posted there, and all the other mommies are like so supportive. Instagram has been great too with tips and support, but I noticed that at some point I reached a point where I didn't want to post a lot about my breastfeeding struggles on Instagram because I wasn't ready to hear more tips and tricks anymore. I just needed somebody to tell me it's okay to like take a little break. I'll talk about it in detail in an actual video. But we're okay. We have 3 pumps. We're okay. I guess I could talk about the birthing experience in this video. So Rolly was born officially at 37 plus 0, so right at 37 weeks in the evening. And the way my labor started was the night before, which was Friday night. My water broke abruptly around 10 o'clock. Like, I went to the bathroom. I was gonna pee. Couldn't even pee because I heard this little pop and my water broke. I'm like, calling Bert. I'm like, I think my water just broke. And he's like, he was making a grilled cheese at the time. I'm kind of panicking, but I try to remain calm. But inside my head, I'm like, what do I do? Like, do we have to rush to the hospital? I called the hospital. They said, call your OBGYN. I called the OBGYN. They sent my information to the hospital, and then I could go. Had my bag packed. Had my list of things that were not in the bag so we could quickly gather these things. I'm the one who gathered them because Berta was like low-key freaking out. Getting dressed. No, he took some of the stuff too. I don't remember actually. Did I pack the bag? Maybe it was him. I don't know. Maybe we did it together. We were in the hospital within an hour of my water breaking. Or my mucus plug came off too. I should put TMI on this video. Anyway. But I'm definitely gonna put a disclaimer, huh? So those 2 things happen at the same time, and I think so that I've been doing like the spicy foods and pineapple and red raspberry leaf tea at that point for several days. But the only thing that I did different that day was I look at that lighting. I did nipple stimulation, which is supposed to induce you to naturally. So I did that, that day, morning and afternoon, and my water broke. And then I got to the hospital. They didn't have any official room, so they just put me in a triage room, which was nice. It just didn't have I don't know, a bathroom, so I had to go to the bathroom down the hall. But other than that, it was like a private room for us. Berto slept there in a little chair that reclined to a bed. Oh, my water, nobody told me this. When your water breaks naturally, that thing just keeps coming out. Like, it comes out. It's not just like pop, broke, done. No, it kept coming out apparently till you give birth, but I wouldn't know because towards the end I was bedridden because of the epidural. But yeah, so that was annoying. Because every time I had to go to the bathroom, they would literally give me a disposable underwear and a pad, and I would soak through the pad before I even got out of bed. And then I had to make my way to the bathroom and stuff. But it's just water. It's not like gross stuff. It's just like weird. Just water coming out. And then pretty soon after, I want to say like 5-6 hours in, which felt like no time, but I know that's like several hours. It felt like time was flying by. They gave me some kind of, not Pitocin to like start my late contractions, but something milder at first. And they did start my contractions, and they were getting bad enough where I was like, you know what, you can just give me the epidural, because they told me that you can take it as soon as you want and there's no time limit. It's just a drip. But when they give it to you, they put a catheter in too, so you don't have to go to the bathroom, but you're tied to the bed basically. So I was just like, you know what, just give it to me. I'm gonna be in pain. And then a little, like an hour or two after that, they were like, you know what, we should give you more inducing medicine. So the other option that we recommend right now is Pitocin, which, if you don't know, which I only learned like a couple months before, Pitocin will give you really severe contraction pain, like way more severe than a natural contraction pain would be. Way more. But I was like, it's okay. I have the epidural. They said that I shouldn't really feel it. And there's a boost button, which you can press once every 10 minutes on the epidural if you want even stronger, you know, you boost. So I was like, oh, no biggie. Well, a few hours in, I start feeling more and more pain, and the boost button is doing nothing. Pitocin's just running through from the drip, and I'm like, I'm telling the nurse, like, it's getting more painful. Like, I kind of want to cry. And she's like, oh, it shouldn't be that painful. Like, let me call the anesthesiologist. To, maybe you need to adjust your dose. Just to get him there to give me some kind of boost, like an actual like boost straight into the drip. Took like an hour, and the arm contractions were getting way worse. He comes in, I'm already in like so much pain, that I don't even want to cry. I passed that point. I'm like, I can't even cry. I'm in pain. Please give me the boost. He gives me a boost. Nothing happens. Nothing. And he's like, we gotta wait 20 minutes to see if it goes into effect. We wait 20 to 30 minutes. I'm like, there's no improvement at all. And they'll call for the anesthesiologist again. And they're like, let's give another boost. If that one doesn't work either, then we have to redo the epidural. So they give another boost, no effect. I'm in excruciating pain at this point. The contractions are so much worse. It was the kind of pain that I know I would survive a torture camp. Like, it was so bad. I was moaning. I didn't think I was ever gonna moan through labor. I was moaning, looking at Berto, being like, it hurts so much. Like, he's just looking at me like he can see I'm suffering and he doesn't know what to do. I could see the pain in his eyes looking at me in pain. Worst pain of my life. For at least 2 hours I was in that kind of pain because of all the experiments that they did. Like, oh, let's give a boost, wait to see if it works, call the anesthesiologist again. That was like the rock bottom of my labor story, because like the anesthesiologist like kind of didn't, I don't want to say that he didn't believe that my epidural wasn't working, but he kind of like had to make sure, I guess. There's a guy, a young guy, that will never go through that kind of pain in his life. Just there doing his little test to see if it like works or not. Meanwhile, I'm screaming, like moaning in pain. So eventually they did have to like take my epidural out, put it back in. Meanwhile, like, I'm having contractions every minute. And when they put the epidural in, you have to stay still. You have to like sit still. So I just have to sit like this while he's working on my spine with a big needle, and I'm having contractions. The worst pain of my life. I did it. I stayed still, moaning. The two mantras that I kept telling myself was when the contractions started, because it lasted about like, I want to say like 45 seconds every minute. When it started, I would tell myself like, my pain does not control me. Somehow that like helped me, like my pain, because it was so much pain. Like, you do not control me. My pain does not control me. Or like, my pain is not in control of me, or something like that. So as it was starting, and then as it starts coming down, or at the peak of the pain, that's when I started saying, this too shall pass. Because it's still very painful as it's coming down, the wave of contraction. To get through that waiting time of like 20 seconds for it to come down and stop hurting, or like 30 seconds to start again. I said, this too shall pass. That's all I kept saying to myself over and over again in my head. Oh, it was so awful. And I'm watching a dog play across the street in the apartment. Cute. It's a little dog. He's jumping up and down. Anyway, so the second epidural finally kicked in and my pain went away, and I was able to nap for like 2 hours. No pain. Didn't feel a thing. And then the nurse tells me, oh, when I wake up, I thought we would let you sleep, but like, yeah, you're having contractions, because in have like a, they put like a monitor on your belly, and she was like, you're having contractions. And I'm like, I am, because I didn't feel them. And she was like, yeah, you are, but you're not having them quite as, like, they are frequent. They're like almost 1 minute apart frequently, but like there's a few that are like 2 or 3 minutes apart. So we would like to put the Pitocin back in, because in my midst of horrible pain, I had asked them to take the Pitocin off, and I was like, can you take it off just in case it helps with the pain, because I'm so desperate right now. And she was like, legally, if you tell me to take it off, I have to take it off. I was like, take it off. And so yeah, so she put the Pitocin back in for like 30 minutes max, and then Berto went to pick up some food from a cafeteria because he hadn't eaten anything. And while he's getting food, the doctor comes in. She's like, we'd like to do a cervical check, because when I was having my really bad pain, when the epidural wasn't working, they did a cervix check, and I was only 4 centimeters dilated, so I couldn't even, like, I wasn't ready, because you need to be 10 centimeters. And then they did another check while Berta was in the cafeteria, and they were like, oh, you are 10 centimeters dilated, you are ready to start pushing. And I'm like, oh shoot. So I call Berto, and he comes rushing back to the room, no food. And they wait about 15 minutes, because I had been pressing the boost button on the epidural because I was like traumatized, so I didn't want to like risk it like getting painful again. I had been pressing that every 10 minutes for like an hour or 30 minutes or so. So they were like, let's just let the epidural like run down a little bit, like don't press the boost button, so you can feel the contractions come, so you know when to push. And that's what I did. So we waited 15 minutes. I started feeling the contractions a little bit, like very mild. It wasn't painful at all. It was just feeling like very mild period pain. Yes, and then we started pushing. I pushed for less than 30 minutes, and it was no pain at all. Like, it was easy. Like, pushing him out was like the easiest part of this whole thing. It was such a positive experience from that perspective. And yeah, he came out, and they put him on my chest, and I couldn't believe it. And I didn't cry because I was in just disbelief that this baby is actually here, and he's mine and or ours and whatnot. It's like, it was just like a very surreal moment in the moment. I think because he came so early, I wasn't expecting him to come so early. And then even during the opening phase, like the contractions, like the nurses kept telling me it's probably gonna be like late Saturday night or Sunday morning when you're gonna give birth. And then he ended up coming at 7:24 p.m. Saturday evening. So everything happened kind of faster than my mind could wrap around with. So yeah, I was having to like catch up with the mental side of it all, but I was very happy that he was in the world, and he was so cute when he was born. Super cute. Didn't have that scrunchy face or nothing. He just looked like a little doll. Yeah, and then now he's here. He's 18 days old today, so, and it isn't even his due date yet. His due date is on Saturday. It's Wednesday today. So that was my birthing experience, and I'll talk more about my postpartum experience in an upcoming video later. But hopefully those who are interested found this helpful. If my epidural hadn't failed in the middle of the birthing experience, then that would have been just a perfect labor experience. But because it did fail, I did have a really bad rock bottom. But that's not what I'm gonna remember from this birth. I'm gonna remember how mostly it was good. So, and the pushing part was really easy. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. I don't know when. And yeah, till then, bye.